everyone, for sequence a sub n, the rule for the nth term is a sub n equals 1/2 to the power of n. When the sum of the first n terms is s sub n, we're going to find the minimum value of the positive integer n such that the absolute value of s sub n minus 1 is less than 10 to the power of negative 3. So let's unpack this a little bit. We have our a sub n here, and this is the formula. So we know that a sub n equals 1/2 to the power of n. And it really doesn't look like this. We have n minus 1. So I can rewrite this as a sub n equals 1/2 times 1/2 to the power of n minus 1. Because using your properties of exponents, this would be 1/2 times 1 plus n minus 1, right? And then that would just give you 1/2 to the power of n. So, because these are the same bases. So now that I wrote it this way, I can use this formula and find my sum. And I'm going to use this formula here. So we're going to have s sub n equals my first term, now that I've written this way, is 1/2. And then we're going to have 1 minus your r. This is your r. So that's going to be minus 1/2 to the power of n, all divided by 1 minus 1/2. Well, this just equals 1/2. So these two will cancel out. And this gives me 1 minus 1/2 to the power of n. All right. Now let's look at this formula here. So we have the sum, or the absolute value of the sum of s sub n minus 1 is less than 10 to the power of negative 3. So now that we have this, let's substitute that in. So this is going to equal the absolute value of this 1 minus 1/2 to the power of n minus 1. And just looking at this, the ones cancel, and the absolute value of a negative is positive. So basically what we're going to get is, when you take the absolute value of this, you get 1/2 to the power of n is less than 10 to the power of negative 3. So I made that a positive, and the ones canceled out. So let's continue on, and I'll write that down again. So we have 1/2 to the power of n is less than 10 to the power of negative 3. All right, so let's rewrite this because we have a negative exponent. That means we have 2 to the power of negative n is less than 10 to the power of negative 3. Now if we take the log of both sides, we get log of 2 to the power of negative n is less than log of 10 to the power of negative 3. All right, using your power property of logs, we get negative n times log of 2 is less than negative 3 log of 10. Now, this is base 10. Log base 10 of 10 is just 1. So basically we have negative n log of 2 is less than negative 3. Or, if I divide both sides by log of 2, let's just do that. We have negative n is less than negative 3 divided by log of 2. And then we want to solve for n, not negative n. So when you multiply through by negative, that's going to be n. You have to flip that sign, and you're going to get 3 divided by log of 2. But log of 2 is 0.3. So that means n is greater than 3 divided by 0.3. Which means n is greater than 3 divided by 3/10, which equals 30 divided by 3, which equals 10. Therefore, your n is going to equal 10. That's the minimum value. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.